stadium. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
Now there's Cooks in motion right.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. Cooks flashing the footwork. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3.
He's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14.
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
Throwing, Prescott.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second and 10.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson,
His second touchdown on the season.
and the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away.
Breaks through the contact, and he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Back to Mixon on second down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Going deep here for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Quez Watkins.
71 yards.
And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Go, get out there, Here we go, 46.
Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Here we go. Here we go, 46. Switch, hey. 47.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Mixing up the middle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
7-7, our score after 1. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Yeah, here we go. Under. going to 53. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. Wide eight. Hey, 47.
Back to it after the pick six. Prescott.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Here we go, going to 54, wide eight. Here we go, 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take.
Now Prescott going to change the play. A running play. It's Dowdle.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
The Cowboys at 6-3 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Prescott to throw it.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. 47. Here we go, going to 53. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. 26.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Here's 3rd and 7.
That's a gain of 3. 47.
3rd and 7.
Here we go, kill. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. This goes out wide from Mixon.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now Stroud.
And this one is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Well, Prescott, he's going to change things up here.
He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Yeah, here we go. I take.
Now Prescott.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Prescott now. This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Here we go, 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
They run here with Dowdle.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Here we go. I take. Then we're going to 53. Hey, kill. Good. Hey, kill. Here we go, 46. 26.
Here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Get out there. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
47. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. Why ain't it?
To throw is Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
47.
Now Prescott.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Now a second and 10.
Here we go. Hey, 47. Here we go, kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and 4.
Here we go. Here we go, going to 54. Why? Here we go, 47. What is it?
On play action, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
For the Cowboys field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Let the hot. Hey, uno more. Punch.
Stroud looking to throw.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go. Right, Tony. 11. 19 Texans. Hey, south. Look at hot.
Final play of the half, Stroud.
Here's a diving catch right side. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Cowboys 10.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Second down and a yard.
Yeah, here we go. I think.
Now Dak, he wants to change the play.
Hey, kill. Here we go, 46. 26.
They run again with Dowdle.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
26.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here we go. I think. Here we go, going to 54. Wide in. Here we go, 46. 47. Then we're going to 53. 26.
They're going to look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Switch it, hey. Hey, 47. 26.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Well, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Hey, go kill. 26.
Prescott yet again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Yeah! Here we go! Wait a sec! Wait a sec! Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide in. Here we go, go to 54, wide in. Wait a sec!
Back to throw now on first down. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football, and that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Yeah, here we go. Where you take? Where you take? Under. Here we go, 47. Hey, kill.
Throwing. Prescott. Flushed out right.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
On the bootleg, Stroud. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, Mixon shreds the tackle, and he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Brandon Cooks, 70 yards. And the Cowboys are back within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Quez Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
31, Cowboys 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Kill. Here we go, 47. Go. Get out there. Here we go to 54. Hey, 47. 26.
Prescott.
Going right back to Ferguson.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go, kill. Switch, and hey. Here we go, going to 54. Why ain't?
They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try to finish off the game.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Mixon will try the right side. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Cowboys 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Here we go. Here we go. 46, 46, 47. 26.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
26.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Yeah. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36.
Here we go, 47. 26.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. That's it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now 2nd and 5.
Yeah. Here we go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Dak, he's going to mix it up. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And out of bounds right around the 20. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go, going to 53. Yeah, here we go. Like that. 26.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over, is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now they'll shift things around. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. 95 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Hey,
That one looks like he'll throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Texans, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.